Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi.
Hi. Is that where we're at now? Hi.
I mean, that is my voice.
Everything is rosy since I met my Rosie. It could be so cozy. Yeah, what?
Nothing.
That's not your singing voice.
It's not my singing. I mean, it's my. I know my singing voice doesn't sound like my speaking voice. It's true.
No, it doesn't. Thank God.
No.
It would go from Goosebumps to a Full Hive situation, I think.
People would just be screaming as they ran out. Like, it would just be...
What is this? Who let her do karaoke?
The cops would, like, roll up. The Miami Beach police would just roll up, and there'd be people laid out in the streets. Like, what's happened here?
Oh, no, Maim!
Maim's doing her closing number. Everything's coming up roses.
I had a dream about you, baby.
It burns.
It's gonna come true, baby.
My eyes and ears.
They think that we're through, but baby.
Jerry Lewis is a drag queen.
You'll be swell. You'll be great. Gonna have the whole world on a plate. Oh,
I mean, once we start that journey, we can just keep on going down that pathway.
That entire song. That is.
That's right.
'Cause everything's coming up roses, not daffodils.
Oh, so good. Oh, so good.
Not really, but I mean, my version of it right there.
Hey, it's iconic. Girl, iconic.
Club 96. Was that not the meanest thing about Mayhem that my husband and I, like, when she showed
thought it was
up,
hilarious.
I was like, I don't remember Mayhem. Do you? And he was like, I don't remember Mayhem Miller either. Do you ever think about Mayhem Miller? No. Have you ever seen Mayhem?
Still, like, live?
Yeah.
I mean, so I will say, it's weird that she got, like, after the first season, she got more well known because of that one weird viral video with her and the staring, right? The staring thing. Like, that's how she became a meme. Okay. So she was like became one of the first, like, meme queens that came back because of, like, that part. Like, she's like a Vanjie, right? Like, she became a meme, so that's why she came back, because RuPaul liked her so much because of that. But then she wasn't very good. She wasn't good the first time, and she brought her back to All-Stars.
I'm wondering, because she did mention she had long COVID. Dear listeners, we're talking about UK versus the world, and I'm just now watching it. I already know who won. I don't care. I'm still going to watch it. Because I
didn't tell you.
No, you didn't. I didn't tell you. You didn't. Because I love who won, so that's why I'm watching it. Supporting my girl. But yeah, I when she mentioned she had long COVID, I was like, does girl need money? Like, is she actually able to perform places? Because she's a dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. At least her tits are 17. I don't know about the rest of her.
They're not 5 like Saphira's.
I'm talking about age, not size.
Girl.
5. She's got the breastplate of a 5-year-old white girl.
That was so weird.
You know, how much better would it have been had she worn that as her ass plate?
It could have worked with enough, like...
Oh, no. Yeah, no, I'm talking about no extra padding, just that. Like, you turn around and that's there.
Oh.
Like, she's packed with the gods except for that.
Yes. What?
It would have been. And going back, one more thing, then we'll get started with this. That her fan outfit, her fan dress.
Yes.
So the Fashion Photo Review with they loved it. Like they both gave it shoots.
Okay.
How many times can she wear a long mid-blue? That mid-blue color doesn't even look that good on her. Mid-blue dress that covers everything.
How many episodes are there on a season?
Yeah, like the print, the flag print, beautiful. Like the flag, it's fan print. The fan print, beautiful. Make a dress out of that and make the fan blue. Like do something different. That is all I will say.
I'm gonna say something.
Okay.
And this is not. I'm trying to not be shitty.
To me or to her?
Just in general about her, right?
Okay. Well,
I like Saphira, and you know I like Saphira.
Yes, I do too.
But
I think she's very entertaining.
But what I did not like is she represented from beginning to end, like it did not change the whole time. Very old school drag. The whole time. And it didn't seem like she ever like stepped outside of that box. Like including her runway looks. Like her silhouette, as much as plain Jane is plain Jane, but her silhouette's changed. Her, I
would like to interject something on that same line. The difference between talking about that specific last dress, the difference between old school drag and that dress and actual old school drag, there would have been a rhinestone somewhere on it. It would not have been a Mother of the Bride outfit.
What was crazy to me?
Give me a single sequin, girl. A single sequin. Just one.
So what I thought was hilarious, right? Was about that outfit. I said,
"Hey, Irene.
I said,
puppy, how are you?"
I was like, this outfit looked almost like the outfit that she had to throw off to the side of the stage because she couldn't dance in it. Like, how many of these did she bring exactly?
You mean the one I saw at Truly Gardens? Girl, speaking of glass sculptures that shouldn't be dresses, did you know that we have Patreon? That's right, girl. If you go to patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw some money. Hey, Maim. Did you know that we have another podcast? That's right, girl. We have Baking Sugar, our Design Web podcast, and Over the Moon, our moonlighting podcast. Hey, Maim. Did you know that we have merchandise? That's right. You go to mimsmo.com. You can buy something. Hey, Maim.
It's just layers to that.
Do you know? Did you know what I love? I love a 5-star review because I'm an attention whore. That's right, Maim. That's right. Are you better now? Have you gotten it back together?
So many layers to that statement. Wow.
This is season 4, episode 14, Curse of the Danaau.
Oh no, a curse.
Oh yes, a curse. My country for a curse. Actually, girl, wouldn't that be just a flaming homosexual like myself going, a purse, my country for a purse.
And everyone's just like, find the purse. You have to find the purse.
just like that episode of Ab Fab where I don't even remember what they're doing, but they're running. I don't know. I was just caught up in the drama of it all. I don't think I've ever seen the beginning of that episode.
That's the sex episode.
Okay.
Where they're trying they get the hairdresser to get them 2 male escorts. That's also the very first time on screen we get to see Idris Elba, because he is one of the escorts.
That is Idris Elba, isn't it, playing that very homosexual man.
And they're running around because they mixed up Safi's presentation tape with the sex tape that Patsy brought to get them in the mood. And they're trying to run into the school and stop them before the presentation starts.
Gotcha.
Good Lord, I cannot believe how my brain just regurgitated that, baby. Good gosh.
Well, girl, we are in Africa or India. I believe that this is a shot of Africa. But just like Toto's version of Africa, it's whitewashed to be India.
No, I don't think this is India. This is because they said that they were in. No, they said they drove from somewhere in the United States. It's not. They're not in another country.
No. This is his dream with the L. Do you not remember the?
Oh, that
beginning?
Part.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, this is the very beginning.
I was thinking about the polo match, honey.
No, girl. No. This is the very beginning when he's having that dream. And it's a video from Africa, and it's supposed to be India, because those are African elephants, not Indian elephants.
Everybody gets them mixed up, roll,
And then there's a racism, Indiana Jones style, with a man in a turban and stealing a gem from a cobra, and he dies, and there's nothing quite like and staring and.
There's a lot of things that are crazy in this world, but there's nothing quite like Indiana Jones racism.
She right. You know what else she bangs? She bangs. Oh, baby, she moves. She moves.
Looks like a flower and stings like a bee. Oh, Ricky.
He is. Is he still hot?
Girl, yes.
Okay.
Did you see the boner?
What boner?
So Ricky Martin was one of, because Miami, the Madonna concert was 2 nights here. So Ricky Martin was one of the ballroom judges, and 2 of the dancers got a little bit freaky on him. And it looks pretty obvious that he enjoyed that dance a lot.
There it is. He did enjoy that dance a lot, didn't he?
Lots.
Good for him.
I was happy for him.
He was happy for himself.
He's single right now, so
he must remember to see Alice.
Girl, I bet he doesn't need it yet. Because he didn't get super heavy into drugs and stuff.
As a gay man over 47, I guarantee you he takes Cialis whenever he's going to place with gay people, just in case.
Just in case.
Find the lie in what I just said.
I mean, okay, I ain't gonna say nothing.
He says it's for his heart. Well, we're now at a plantation house. And
my favorite words.
Richard, I know, well, Richard, who's an old white man, gives his young wife, Alice.
Youngish.
She reminds me, she looks like a doe. Like just, or a lamb, like just lost and dazed and, ugh.
Papa, what? Papa, can you hear me?
She's not Jewish.
I mean we don't know that. She might be.
She could be.
Before World War II.
He gives her a huge ruby. made of glass.
I'm sorry. Very sorry.
Of which thing? The World War II or the room made of glass, or just everything's catching up to you right now?
The whole thing, everything.
Maybe it's Chihuly.
Oh, it's a Chihuly necklace? Oh.
Have you watched the most recent season of Blown Away?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. We don't that's like a immediate binge for us.
Yeah. As soon as we saw that was on, we're like, yes, now have to. We spread out an episode like every 2 days, but so we don't go through it too fast. But
it got me so excited that I was sitting there like, man, when is the season of Pottery Throwdown coming out?
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't look like it is. It doesn't look like HBO Max is going to do it anymore. Mm-hmm. So I just started like pirating, like doing like the whole like VPN pirating it.
I'm really surprised this isn't on BritBox.
It's not. No, BritBox actually has very few competition shows on there. So yeah, but we started watching that after the Blown Away, because I was just like, yeah, I don't, because they're about to start doing, I think, season 8 there. So I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and watch it now. But it worked. It took some trial and error to get it to work, but yeah, it worked.
Well, Richard's daughter Carolyn's here, and she's a big old.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with that meme?
Square?
No, you don't. You need to quit being such a. That's. I'm gonna cut that, but.
Most people just say like a CNX Tuesday. That's like a. That's the way to say it.
Whatever uniqueness, nerve, and talent. What's the C?
C nerve.
No, that's N. What's the first one?
Charisma,
uniqueness, nerve, and talent. And one.
It took me 11 seasons before I realized that, by the way. I'm not saying that with pride. I just, when it finally hit me, I was like, oh my gosh, how in the world did I not realize this the whole time?
It was when Katya was like, charisma, uniqueness, nerve, talent. What does they have in common? I do not know. I'm not scientist. that is what I was like. Oh.
It really was fun. Like, it's like a moment when it hits you like, wait, hold on.
Yeah. It's a word they'd have zero problem with in Britain.
Yeah, it's like it's so commonly used there.
A huge problem here in America.
Yeah. People are not fans.
Anyway, we Richard's daughter, she needs $1,000. Well, now we meet JD Stillfield.
Yes, which was really a nice little kind of like, oh, interesting. He actually did other work.
And he's going to inherit the business.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the business Mr. Businessman is, but there's definitely a business.
Something that probably is illegal in certain countries.
Well, now we're in D.C., girl. We're in D.C., the District of Columbia. You know how I know we're there? Because we see the Capitol building.
Oh.
And then we're in a taxi with some like things moving on a green screen behind us. It's very 1950s car chase.
It is. I kind of love it.
And it's JB and Doc. And apparently Doc's brother, who is Richard, is getting ready to be married in Maryland.
No.
Further proving that Maryland is the South because they have plantation homes.
Yes. So many things. Yes.
Well, Richard and Doc have been fighting for years and 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 JB convinced him to go. Did you like that?
That was, yeah.
Dear listeners, I slapped myself. I don't know if it actually got the slap on the thing.
It was slight, but it was funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now we're at a polo match. It's the polo match that Maim was talking about earlier.
Yes.
It's all everybody smells like Ralph Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
What's his real name?
Phil kind of looks like Ralph. He kind of looks like one of those polo models in this particular episode.
What is Ralph Lauren's real name?
Oh
God, you really don't know?
No.
Oh God, hold on.
Myron Horowitz or something like that, I'm sure.
Ralph Lipschitz.
I called it pretty well.
Yeah. Like, Joan Rivers used to make fun of him for changing it to Ralph Lauren to, secularize his name. Yeah.
His it was interesting. So there's a new billboard, actually, a Ralph Lauren billboard, driving to the beach, and he's going back to like that 80s, like the 80s gingham-y, like rainbow gingham kind of plaid style again. I was like, oh crap, are we getting back to that again? Like, it was a moment. I was like, like, I felt like pulling my car over for a minute. Like, oh, okay, we're doing that again.
By the way, girl, I'm flying into Miami. Did I tell you that?
Mm-hmm.
Bienvenido y Miami.
Bien.
Huh?
I said bien.
That what I say?
No, I just saying good.
Oh, okay. I thought you were correcting me. But so I'm flying it at 11:30 in the morning. You'll still be asleep, I know. What? You're taking the Thursday off? You're sleeping in so we can go out Thursday evening. I know how this.
It's funny in a way because you're telling me about something that's literally 10 months from now. I'm like, girl, I'm not going to remember that. You know that. I won't remember this stuff.
I know, but I'm still going to tell you now so that you'll have an inkling and remember in like 2 months that I'm coming down. And you'll be like, oh, Mims is coming.
It'll be like Christmas again. I'm like, I forgot. It's time.
Exactly. And then I leave very late in the evening. So we can do what we did. We can do what we did this last time and have a.
I will start getting my liver ready today.
Nah, you could wait till Christmas.
No. Actually, no, you're right. Christmas training will probably be a really good time for me because then I can use the coquito to get.
Oh, coquito's so good.
Yeah, it is.
Well, JD's the captain. He's pretty bad at
He's terrible.
Polo. Richard just like makes fun of him directly, and we meet an Indian named Mr. Vikram Singh.
Not an Indian, honey.
And we know he's Indian because there's a little bit of racist Indian music that plays behind him. And he is the same man who was in Africa, India, whatever, in the Indiana Jones thing at the very beginning, wearing the turban.
So many weird things in this episode.
Well, Doc meets Alice and Alice's husband, Bert.
Okay, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Richard and Seth have a little bit of confrontation. Alice sent Seth the invite, not Richard. And she's like, but you must come and stay at our home. We're having a huge party. It'd be great. It'd be right grand.
Enough to like make your eyes all, like teary-eyed and stuff. You're like, oh,
that's just so listening to her. I bet she's not even British.
Oh man,
watch her be a red grave too. What is the name of this episode? I'm looking.
Is she a red grave? They're in everything.
Oh god.
She's either a red grave or a Gielgud, one or the other.
Curse of the Danaau. Okay. Cast. Hold on. Nope. not her, not her, not her, not him, not Jane Winster.
Mm-hmm.
She was born in London.
Oh, a proper Brit she is. Oh, I governor, mince pies, bangers and mash, spotted dick.
She is known for not much.
This episode.
No. She had a 2-year stint on Days of Our Lives in like 85 to 87.
Oh, she was like one of those British that came over here.
Yeah.
In like that wave.
And she's done some Harry Potter voicing for the video games.
It's
right. Trans people are not real.
Do I have to read this?
Right. You don't ask pronouns. You base it on what their birth certificate says.
I don't feel comfortable reading this right now. Do I have to?
By the way, if you have not read, so there was a study that came out in England about trans people. It is a completely false study that the conservatives did. Like it's horrible. And J.K. Rowling.
I haven't read it, but I have heard. I haven't read.
J.K. Rowling sunk her teeth into it. As have conservative American people as well.
Of course they have.
But it goes on talking about how people who transition regret transitioning, et cetera, whatever. It's actually not true because it didn't really focus on those that had whatever. All that said, J.K. Rowling went on a tirade about it and basically said, I bet you Emma Watson and Daniel Radcliffe will give me an apology now. Daniel Radcliffe wrote an open letter to J.K. Rowling, and I suggest everybody find this open letter where he eviscerates her and basically calls her Voldemort. Like in the subtlest language. It is so good. It is so good.
That boy turned out so good.
He did. And cute.
I really wish we could figure out why the British young actors don't seem to have the same pitfalls as the American young actors. It just seems like they don't fall into the same sort of patterns.
Like what?
Well, like all of the ones from the 90s, that the drug abuse, all of those things. Like, it just seems like they used to be, it used to be almost like a curse, right?
Okay. Let's separate this out here. You have our people from the 90s, right? And then you're talking about British actors from the 2000s. You've got a whole decade there. Our American actors and actresses from the 2000s are doing fine. Look at Miley Cyrus. She's fucking great.
Yeah, but she had a period too. But I'm saying, like, it doesn't seem like those kids ever have like any sort of like weird, like right on the edge of disaster kinds of things.
Was Miley ever right on the edge of disaster?
She almost like she got really into drugs for a bit, and
she's still really into drugs.
No, she's sober now. She did like a whole thing talking about that.
She doesn't smoke weed.
I don't know about the weed part, girl, but
she doesn't do Molly anymore.
They have those. No, she doesn't do the hard stuff.
Okay.
I guess, like Hillary Duff, she did okay.
Zendaya's doing great.
Yeah.
And girl, part of it is that those British kids, and these are the only British kids we've ever really had exposure to,
that's true.
Have so much money. So much money. Like, girl, so much money that we would never even know if something went wrong. They have just gobs and gobs and gobs. Also, I see another slight difference now that I think about it and I think through. they had adult actors who had already done those pitfalls with them to talk them through it. Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. They had seasoned, like ultra seasoned British actors there. Not like a Wizards of Waverly Place that you've got nobody knows anybody else.
What? Those actors weren't accomplished.
No, they weren't.
I've been lied to. I thought these people.
Oh God!
You mean those Disney Channel parents and people that play adult figures are not accomplished actors?
Anyway, we meet Vikram Singh, and oh, that's right. We met. But how did I get on the page before? I don't remember how I got on but. So they're going to the home. We're now at the party. That's where we're at. We're at the party, girl. Yeah, let me just tell you, Rump Shaker's playing all in the background. JB's twerking.
She is. She's twerking hard.
Mr. Davies has a pipe. Mr. Davies has a pipe. He puts it in his pocket.
Okay.
We find out that Mr. Vikram, he's there too. He works for Indian Embassy, and he works as a cultural attaché.
Ooh.
He smokes Turkish cigarettes and offers everybody one.
Is there something special about Turkish cigarettes?
It's considered some of the best tobacco in the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know that much about cigarettes, so I was just like, okay.
Well, we found out that Alice has stopped smoking.
Oh.
But she is wearing the Eye of Danaau.
Ooh.
Which I had to listen to him 4 times say it, and I still did not get the word Danaau coming out of his mouth when he said it until later. I was like, oh, what is he saying? Denali? The delightful? The lovely? What is it?
Come on, delicious. The groovy. D with it.
Grooves in the heart. These chills that you spill down my back keep me filled with satisfaction when you're done.
I don't care what nobody says. That album is a classic.
For another. I couldn't dance for another.
Your groove, I do deep. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Your balls on me.
My supper dish, my succotash wish.
Say it, baby.
I love them so much.
Oh God,
they made us gay.
Call me. It's true.
They made us gay. That group made us gay. we were forever changed after that group.
Well, she finds out that her stone is cursed.
Oh no!
And will kill anyone without a heart that's less than pure.
Okay.
We also find out that Mr. Vikram offered 50,000 Rupal doll hairs to get the stone back to India.
Oh my gosh, 50,000.
Mm-hmm. Well, Alice leaves to go get a gift for Richard in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
As she's walking out to the garage, she hears the car on. So she goes inside. Okay. All of the doors are locked. And she faints from carbon monoxide poisoning.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, Bert and Mark are coming up, JD Stillfield, and they're coming up to the garage, luckily, because he didn't have his pipe and left it in the garage.
Oh.
Well, they bust in to find Alice had fainted.
She ain't dead yet?
No, she ain't dead.
Oh, Lord.
Everybody, they bring her back in, and Doc is able to revive her.
I would love to. So my thought was, it would have been.
I got
great.
a bunch of them on Instagram.
It would, oh Lord, it would have been great if when they revived her, if Jessica did just like the meme where the lady puts the purse on the table and gets up, like, all right, I'm going. I thought she'd gonna be dead. I'm going now. Let's waste my time.
The lady, you know who that is, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, there's multiple versions of it. There's different versions.
It's Michelle
of the meme
Obama.
now, so. Just there's a few different memes of that one now, so people might see different ones.
Oh,
you know, they love to take one thing and copy it a million times afterward.
So it's a little bit later on.
Okay.
And JB's talking to Alice,
mm-hmm.
which I'm sorry, JB, that you actually have to talk to her. She's not a good actress. And we find out that she knows nothing, which we're not surprised by.
Nothing.
Lieutenant Ings, JB goes out the garage. We meet Lieutenant Ings, that guy.
He is that guy. Good gracious. Mildly annoying, but that guy.
He says it was definitely a suicide attempt.
Oh.
And JB says that's silly, that she's down from the Capitol. And she was meeting with a member of the House. And Lieutenant Ings gets convinced that she's either CIA or FBI.
Oh.
Or NSA.
It's a very logical path.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow in all of this.
Is it?
I guess. I mean, he seemed very convinced by himself.
Well, we're now back in Alice's room.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry. We're back inside. And we found that Alice's key was actually the ignition.
Wow.
And the electric door, which Alice said didn't work, and we saw didn't work, worked for the lieutenant.
What is going on here?
A murder mystery, dear.
Oh, okay. That's right. I forgot. That's our podcast. That's right.
So Richard says it's an accident. So the lieutenant's like, fine, it's an accident. He deuces, but he's like, he goes over to JB and winks. It's like, if you need help, on or off the books.
And he uses that stupid acronym. What?
Yeah. Or in the bedroom.
OTB. OTB. I'm like,
or in the bedroom, JB.
But. Nope. Not that. Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
Not that guy. No.
You wouldn't fuck JB Fletcher?
Oh, that's a terrible idea. Oh my God. That would be like, no, absolutely not. I respect her too much.
The only murdering would be that puss.
Jesus. Okay, podcast over. All right. Podcast over. Podcast over. Please. Stop.
Name of the episode: One Scream in the Night.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Of JP's.
I don't want to. Yeah. No. Please. No. Please. Please. No. Please. No.
Or hell, maybe it's your puss. I don't know. I guess it would be a bus for you, wouldn't it, girl?
A bus.
Okay. Let me regroup.
Something. You got to something, girl. Your brain is somewhere today, honey.
Let me take you on an escapade.
Come on now, escapade. We'll have a good time. Somebody, she's going on tour again this summer, I saw. Which is she's really been into these summer tours. So
is she animatronic now?
No, a lot of people down here went to it. She did 2 nights here. A lot of people went. They said it was a good show.
Can't get a drag queen to come, but sure get Janet Jackson. All the drag queens avoided y'all for a while.
They did. They're all coming now, though. We're getting like every week.
Oh, good.
At the manor, it's like literally. I'm really surprised. I just wish that they didn't go on at 3 o'clock in the morning.
3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. I'm not kidding when I say that. It really is like
I know.
2:30, 3 o'clock. That's usually when they go on.
Is it still crowded?
Yeah. Oh, at 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
It is for them. Because the thing is that the reason it's so crowded is because they do it on Fridays. Fridays and Saturdays are not the same there. So Fridays are the night where they have it's 18 and up. Saturdays is 21 and up. So you got all of these like not tweener, they're adults, but like these young RuPaul Drag Race fans that will do anything to see these people perform. And so that's the other reason why I've been very hesitant about going again, because like that's what they've cultivated now is like those kids. So they're up at 3 o'clock. They're not, they're nowhere near going to bed. So yeah, but it is. I mean, I would love to see a few of them, but honestly, like, yeah, I just don't. It's too much. It's just too much. It's too much. And and for them to do like one number,
yeah,
right. It's just not. Yeah.
Maybe Latrice will be doing something else again whenever I'm down.
Oh, that'd be nice, right? That'd be lovely.
Just some flaggery in the
Come on, flaggery. Come on. This flaggeration on of Trump.
You know what? That is a good drag name, Flaggery O'Connor.
Girl, you would have to be a very certain kind of person to get that reference. Like, I mean, let's be honest here. We get the reference.
Girl, there's a drag queen on UK vs. World named Jumpers Blonde. I don't think anybody has to get any kind of fucking reference.
I mean, when you're right, you're right.
Well, now we're up in Alice's room.
Oh my gosh.
So we find out that the only people that knew where the gift was, which we never find out what the fucking gift is.
No, we don't.
Was Mark, Carolyn, and Bert.
Got it.
Alice gives Richard the glass stone to put away for safekeeping because the prop department doesn't want to lose it.
Oh, you were so shady today.
Well, we're on the way downstairs, and Vikram says, sorry that your daughter nearly died, but can I have that ruby, please? And the man's like, and Richard's like, no, go away.
Go away.
I'm mildly racist, and I don't want to deal with you.
Yeah, you know that like his internals really wanted to say something terrible.
Oh, did I tell you about that? That I need to tell you about it. That is a story about Seattle. So we had parked,
okay,
and two of my coworkers, one is Pakistani, one is Indian.
Okay.
The Pakistani lady opens the door and barely taps the people beside us with the car door. Okay, just like
okay.
I'm in the space. She barely taps it. The dude comes out and starts yelling at her. He's Australian. And it's like saying a lot of things at her, just like going on. The Indian dude gets out of the car and he starts yelling at both of them. And then he starts saying things like, what idiot parked this car? There are two sets of lines here, which there were because it was a poorly painted parking lot. And I, being a white male, walk around and was like, sorry, I parked the car. Do you have anything to say to me? And he just grumbles a little bit and gets back in the car. And I caught him just before he had said a racism to them. Like he was getting ready. And apparently, I did not know this, but apparently Australians have a particular racism against Indians. That is their.
Oh yeah.
I did not know that. Yeah.
I just know it from watching some of their shows. Like, yeah, like it's a bad thing there.
And we went to the restaurant, the original Pancake House, girl. And we sat right behind them. And the entire time, they just kept sending back their food and complaining the entire time.
Which is good. I mean, it just proves the point, right? Like, they're just terrible all around people.
Just people in general.
Just people in general. Just terrible all around people.
Yeah.
Like, and that's when people talk about, obviously, like, racism in general, almost always, not always, because I know some people are old and they don't even realize certain things are racist, but especially younger people, when you zoom out, they are probably in general just terrible human beings. And this is just one facet of how terrible they are. Ugh, gross. Gross. Girl, I would have loved for you to have pulled out your Sharana voice on them and just had a moment.
I was trying to de-escalate, not escalate.
I know.
I can't. I was using my white power and my white power. I shouldn't call it that. I was using my white privilege.
Call it what it is, girl. Call it what it is.
To de-escalate and be like, look, no sir, not on my watch. Yeah, And his car was a rental.
Okay. So stupid. You should have paid for better coverage.
So we're in the office, and Seth and Richard make amends. It was all over a woman named Molly who would end up with Richard. They were three best friends. Molly ended up with Richard, and then like they eloped. And when they came back, Seth had already moved to Maine. Molly died soon after. It was just a big old mess. They never got. They just never made amends. Yeah. So it's a little bit later on. Like they have a drink, they make amends. So a bit later on, it's late at night, and Alice is downstairs, and she's knocking on Richard's door. Knocking on Richard's door. And Richard is not answering. And Alice is starting to freak out, and they finally break into Richard's office. He's dead. And the ruby's stolen. Sorry, the cheap piece of prop glass is stolen.
Was he strangled?
I don't remember.
Because his neck, I mean, I couldn't tell if it was just because he's a very not great person.
I don't think they talk about how he was killed.
Yeah, because his neck looked very like purple and bluish, but they didn't mention it. I mean, so I was like, did he get strangled or how did he die? The
person who killed him, that was a thick neck to try to strangle.
Right? Which does kind of make sense at the end when you think about it, like, you know. But also it was like, I mean, I saw the chain, but they never actually said the words he was strangled. So, yeah.
Well, the lieutenant's here, and they're talking about the ruby and who wants the ruby, the piece of glass, the red cheap piece of glass. And they mention Vikram, and he's like, "Oh, you know, Vikram, you should look into that man, see if he's a Muslim extremist." And then JB is like, "I believe he celebrated Diwali, which would make him Hindu."
They're all the same. Our beautiful Western sentiments.
Yeah, God, this is almost as racist as the other Indian episode.
Uh-huh.
Just different Indian.
Uh-huh. I was starting to get triggered actually, like, because after I watched this one again, I was like cleaning up and I put on one of my British shows and the mystery shows, and there is a Pakistan like British Pakistan police officer, and the people in the town, well, the bullies, right, the thugs call him Gunga Din. And I was just like, that's enough for today. I'm good for the day. This is too much for yeah.
I had to explain to my Indian coworker. So the word PAKI is very offensive.
Yeah.
By Indian coworker, because it's used a lot in India to refer to Pakistanis that did not understand that was offensive. And I had to be like, yes, that is what British people called Pakistanis. And the Indians loved it so much that they just decided to start using it. So please don't ever use that.
No, please don't use it, everyone. Please.
No.
Just don't.
No. Where are we at here?
Exhausted.
So it's the next morning, and JB and the lieutenant are snooping around. There's nothing outside. There's no sign of forced entry. Mark is inside. He's screaming at the lawyer for the will. And Mark's pissed off at everything, and he goes off on Seth a little bit, and Seth runs upstairs, and like, the lieutenant basically accuses Doc of killing him because Doc was the last person who saw him alive, right?
Killing his own estranged brother.
So they're up in the room, Seth's up in the room packing, and JB and the lieutenant are in there, and JB's like, you have it on the highest authority that he didn't do it. And he's like, well, like the, he's one of us. One of us, one of us.
Lord.
Mm-hmm. So JB and the lieutenant go back down to the office and start snooping, and JB notices that there's a cigarette that was used to force the lock closed. Basically, the dude came in, put a lit cigarette in the door, and when it went all the way down, it snapped the lock closed.
This, I felt, was one of the most insane ones of these they've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was like, it was like, did they hire the writers from MacGyver to start helping consult on this?
Also, the question I have is, that flooring, that carpet was very cheap. It's gonna burn.
Girl, that stuff would have burned so fast.
Like, it ain't got no flame protection in it.
We are all very familiar. Well, any person born of that time period is very familiar with those carpets.
Mm-hmm. You look at it wrong, it's gonna catch on fire.
Mm-hmm.
You have Carolyn just walk in the room. She's got her legs together. A little spark and go boom.
Jesus.
Alice's hairspray gets too close.
Yeah, that was, gosh, everything was flammable back then.
Well, Vikram comes in and he's being questioned. He's like, no, I did not do anything. We are just trying to get the ruby back to India. Sorry, the piece of glass back to the prop department. If you could please hand it back to us. Well, Vikram turns around, puts on his gloves, and one does not fit, so he had to quit. So he takes the glove back off, he goes to leave, and there's the piece of glass is in the glove.
Mm-hmm. It was strange because when that happened, I wonder if he was thinking about it in terms of, well, I can get my jewel now, if I just play it very cool,
yeah.
Or if, but at the same time,
that's what they say later on they was doing.
I would have been if I was that guy, I would have been so paranoid about being framed for murder more so than anything else. Like, it was very funny. But I'm like, gosh, I guess that jewel is that important that you don't mind.
Well, the thing is, if he makes it back to if he can get out there and make it back to the Indian embassy, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You've never heard, like, I guarantee you the Indian government, well, in this scenario, right? I'm not guaranteed that the Indian government would have done in this scenario, the Indian government would have probably hidden it and kept it for a while. I think that's what they were thinking. Yeah. We're back at the police station. JB is of the mind that there was no crime, that the ruby was a plant. And so they're like, well, Seth killed Richard. No, it wasn't Seth who killed Richard. It was... Well, then they ask... Oh, no. Seth says, who killed Richard? And a woman walks in and says, Carolyn Haslett. Everybody's like, what? Carolyn Haslett's here to see you. We find out that she's in debt. But she could just sell... What she could actually do is sell any number of her jewels, and like including the family ones, and she would have that's a reference to her puss. I'm liking saying puss.
I know. It's like it's like a child with a new toy.
Oh, did you watch theater camp yet?
Not yet.
Okay, I didn't know why
you just told me to watch. You just told me to watch it last week.
I know. I just figured you would have time since you do things.
You figured that I would have time since I do things?
Yeah, because most of the things you do are with the television on.
Oh, that's true. Well,
I'm not saying to give this movie all of your attention, girl.
You should have said that before. Then I would have watched it already.
I think I even said you could do this while you're doing other stuff.
If there are any theater camp fans in the audience, please don't send us hate mail.
Oh, you need to get through the Ben Platt parts somehow.
That's what everybody says about everything he's in.
God. Doesn't he just really feel like he would be an Oliver? Was he ever an Oliver? He really feels like he would be an consider yourself.
Anyway. No, if anything, he'll be Fiddler.
No, I meant when he was young. He's not going to play Oliver now. Although with the age thing he did,
if he played the character that he played, why not? I don't think we were basing anything on reality anymore. Just if my father produces it.
God. All right. So they go back to the house. Well, no, Alice. We find out that Alice has a huge insurance policy on Richard. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we're back at the house, and JB talks to Alice. Alice goes to powder her nose, and JB looks in a drawer and finds some cigarettes, not Turkish.
Oh.
So the lieutenant comes in and says the cigarettes that were used were Turkish, which again points at Vikram, right? The lieutenant then confronts Alice, and they start talking about the insurance and then the cigarettes. And then Bert, her father, goes, she does not smoke Turkish cigarettes. She only smokes the finest British cigarettes.
Oh.
And then they all were like, well, how did you know that they were Turkish? We didn't say anything. Oh, what? Daddy, you tried to kill me. I would have never killed you. You were safe. I had another key, and whoop. I guess I did it, didn't I? I did it all for us. I hope you understand that you aren't just some sort of thing that needs to be seen and held on his shoulder. I love you so much, darling, do. What's later on?
Awkward.
It's later on. Seth and JB are leaving, and Seth's like, "We better get back to the agent before he goes to Moscow, Idaho." Do 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 do. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy this episode?
I thought it was a silly kind of fun episode.
It was a silly kind of fun episode.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I think that the only part that was a little annoying was the detective. I was like, it's just too.
I thought the part that was annoying was the racism and the music behind Vikram.
Oh, honey, I didn't even think of that part because I was expecting it.
Fair. Watch our dear listeners where they can find you.
Yes, well, most places brown people aren't allowed, but I'm still there anyway. Hello, dear listeners. That's I, Auntie Maim, your favorite relation. You can host me every Thursday.
You can host me. You can host me.
Girl, this is the second one we've done. I'm tired. You can find me every Thursday night in Miami Beach hosting amazing colossal karaoke at Kill Your Idol. You can find me doing improv comedy at the Villain Theater in Midtown Miami. And you can find me hosting Black Market and Gender Blender. All those links, all those events are found at I'mYourAuntieMaim.com. And over to you, Mims.
Hey, y'all. I'm the Divine Mims. You can find me online at thedivinemims.com. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Do you know we have a Patreon?
But
that's right. We have a Patreon.com. Mims Maim. You can throw some money. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Do you know we have another podcast?
What?
That's right. We have Baking Sugar, Designing Women podcast, and Over the Moon, our Moonlighting podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know we have merchandise?
No.
That's right. If you go to MimsMaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
5-star reviews.
That's right, dear listeners. Leave us a 5-star review and make it happy. Hey, Maim. Make it happy. Yeah. What?
Make it happen. That's what you just said. Yeah.
Hey, Maim.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know that our dear listeners could reach out and talk to us? That's right. They can send us an email at mimsandmaim@gmail.com or text message at 704-380-0618. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you have anything else to add? Say goodnight, Maim.
Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.